Hi, welcome to Inside the Moms Club, where being a mom is the coolest place to be. Here in the Moms Club, we believe that what embarrasses you now will make a great story later. And let's face it, you don't laugh sometimes, you're gonna cry. Join us in having a good laugh together. I'm Monica Samuels. You are now inside the Moms Club, your private destination for all things mom. Welcome, moms. Welcome to Inside the Moms Club. I'm Monica Samuels, your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Julie Orkin.
Hello,
Julie. Well, before we start, I have to share something with you because I'm terribly paranoid. So here's what happened to me a couple of days ago, and I'm really struggling with it.
Okay.
My family has a group text.
Tell me everything.
I will.
Okay.
My family has a group text, and my husband put a little sticker on one of the little boxes.
Where it says add a sticker?
Yeah, he added a sticker. It was of him, these little bit emoji thing, smiling or doing.
Right.
So I thought, okay, I want to do that because the kids liked it. So he showed me how to do it. So I thought, I'm going to do it now. So I started to do it, and I did the right thing, but then my fat finger hit the flag of North Korea.
Oh, Monica.
And it appeared in the box. And then I'd been taught by my son, if you hit something again, a little X will show up, maybe you can X it out.
Yeah.
So I hit it again. And I hit it again. And then the flag kept getting bigger and bigger.
And it's blowing up, and it's blowing up. And
my son finally said, very interesting choice, Mom. And so then I put a bunch of American flags up there because I thought, well, maybe
you're trying to redeem yourself or...
Well, I am.
Yeah.
I'm always telling my kids, look, be careful what you put in a text. Be careful what you put on social media because someday it's going to come back to haunt you.
For sure.
And I just feel like that someday when I'm trying to get admitted to the villages in Florida, they're going to check me out and they're going to look and say, we can't let that communist...
Yeah, here, like, how is that? Yeah, how is that going to be a thing? I mean, I don't know how you're going to redeem yourself from that. I mean, your kids are probably trying to wonder what you were trying to say to them, but
I told them it was an accident.
I mean, to be fair,
first of all, why did my fat finger have to hit the flag of North Korea?
I don't even know why it's
Norway, it's right next to it.
I mean, we need a class. I personally feel we need a class on emojis. Being able to properly use Instagram, TikTok. I'm quite lost and I feel like a total amateur. But I know it's possible to be able to do this and get the message across. But we know it was a mistake. You didn't mean it. You were trying to be,
It's on the record. So I'll have a record here of everybody. That's what really happened. People want to know what happened.
Well, we need someone who knows what they're doing to teach us. Like, TikTok, we're a little lost. We try our best. Our reels, our sizzle reels, we do a good job.
But we need a mom.
We need some help.
Moms who understand social media and really get it. And that is why we are so lucky today that we have a real true expert who's going to tell us all about it.
Well, she's an expert at many things, for sure.
She is. That's what I've seen. She is a native she hails currently from Chicago.
That's right.
She is not your average PTA mom. She was a PTA mom who had a viral video on TikTok.
Right.
And now she is the queen of comedy, a creator extraordinaire, and an internet sensation with a fan base of over 5 million followers.
I'm sorry, how many?
5 million followers.
That is unbelievable.
It's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
She's going to be taking her comedy to the streets with her highly anticipated #I Said What I Said tour. Mm-hmm. Please, Moms Club, welcome Pinky Patel. Welcome to the Moms Club. Hello, friend. Welcome to your channel. This is where we're subbing in for you today.
I can't say that. It's not my channel. You have to say that.
Well, right.
Well, our channel.
Welcome, Pinky, to our channel. So, tell us how you did it. Like, how does a PTA mom? So you were just a regular mom in the PTA. I kind of heard somewhere that you were running the PTA, or you had a higher position in the group. I mean, you were a highly respected PTA member, and
Probably not respected because that's funny now, but definitely running it because, when it's a volunteer job, everybody wants to put their opinion in, but no one wants to help out. And
That's right.
Because we didn't want the kids to have to suffer because lack of volunteerism. Me and one of my best friends have been doing it for so long. But it was double whammy. It wasn't only PTA. It was also a corporate career woman. It was all the things that I was taught that I needed to be. And the panorama hit. And I was just like everybody else, fed up with the situation we were in. You know, that thing where if someone tells me I can't do something, then I don't want to do it, even if I never wanted to leave my house anyways in the first place. But as soon as you say, don't leave your house, everybody's like, but I need to go outside. It's like,
exactly.
Calm down, Rachel. You're fine.
I think we never realized, that we love staying home. And then everyone's like, I need to leave. No, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually don't, you know? And so it was just the frustration of the situation. And I like to describe it as I'm an equal opportunity dummy shamer. And so if you were doing something that you probably shouldn't be posting online, like you should have thought twice before you said yes, post. There's a lot of clicks before you post. Nobody accidentally posts anything.
Oh, I like that. I love that. Except for Monica.
Well, wait, I do. I really do.
Maybe not you, Monica, but if you go to the following and you see that they have like upwards to a higher following count,
right?
You can guarantee that everything they post is on purpose. And so it's like, come on now.
Okay, so were you an expert, Pinky? Like, were you an expert? Like, when you first did it and you posted something, were you like, this is...
I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I wasn't on social... I started my Instagram account in 2020, and it was because of TikTok. So I never had an Instagram before that. I was on Facebook, but I only had Facebook because I was posting pictures of my roommates for my mom who lives in Connecticut, because I didn't want to snail mail pictures to her and have them get ruined. But I was always a mom behind the camera because I was never comfortable with how I looked. I was never comfortable with how I sounded, because I've had way too many people, family, friends, etc., tell me that I have a very deep voice for a girl, and I don't look like like I'm not pretty enough, or my skin's not light enough, or just random, BS that you hear all the time. And then I hit 40, which is the same year that the panorama hit. And I realized if you're not doing a few things and benefiting me in my life, then bye. I'm not going to care about you.
So you cleaned house, basically, in a different kind of way.
I went through my Facebook account as COVID, as we were all figuring out about COVID, they told us to stay home on March 13th, 2020. And then because I was bored with work, working from home, you get your work done so much faster than when you're in the office, because no one's harassing you, right? No one's talking to you over the wall. No one's coming to have a chit chat with you because they're bored. They don't realize you have a buttload of stuff to do and you don't have time to chit chat. Go get your coffee and sit down, Rachel. It's fine. Okay. And so
I remember this well. Yeah.
And I went through my Facebook and I just cut people out.
Yeah.
As December in 2019, I started posting more on Facebook, and I would post random thoughts of the day, because my friends always laughed at these random things I would tell them, and they're like, you should post these are funny. And I was like, okay, fine. And then COVID hit, cleaned house. I said, who doesn't like my videos or who didn't like my comments? Not even a simple double tap, which we all know is mindless. And do it all day, every day while we're doing scrolling. Okay. Yeah. Scrolling, I mean. And so I know that a double tap is the minimum you could do, but they didn't want to do it. So I was like, unfriend.
So you cut all those people out of your life, out of your Facebook, and now you've accepted 5 million people to follow you. Did any of you heard of those people?
Not those people.
Yeah, no, that's your friends.
No, I know, but your friends, did they ever come back and said, well, you're okay with 5 million people, but you cut me out? I'm like, did they ever apologize and say, really, I really did think you were amazing?
I can guarantee you the people that I cut out, these were people that, and we all do this. We can all deny it, but we all do this. We're human beings. These are people that we went to high school with, and we want to see where they are now.
Yeah.
Because they were in high school or whatever, and we want to see them not succeed now. So we want to see what they've become now, right? This is ultimate pivot. My people believe in karma, and this is karma. And so and that was on my personal Facebook page, right? Personal way, private, personal. I had to accept you for you to see pictures of my kids. But then when I went public, Like my Instagram is all public.
Mm-hmm.
I've posted pictures of my kids once in a while, but not too much. And then I create a private like Facebook page or a public Facebook page off like stemming off of my private. So all these people come back and they ask for my private entrance. They're like, I want to be friends with you on your private page. And I'm like, oh, I must have got lost. And all
I don't know what's happening. But I mean, I think the coolest thing is, Pinky, that so a lot of most of our watchers are moms. And I think it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing. And like, I would love to know how you looked like fear in the face and said, I'm going to go do this. What finally kicked you over the edge to take a chance? I mean, that's a big deal.
That's a really good question. The thing that made me go even further, just kind of think about this. When we were talking, you guys were asking me, where am I? Am I home? Am I in my glam cave? Whatever we want to call it, right?
Right.
A lot of people, they call it my mom cave.
Uh-huh.
And it drives me crazy because and this is one of the main reasons why I never out of the gate used hashtag mom, or this is why I insist on calling my family members, my kids, anybody who lives and breathes under this roof with me, my roommates, is because once people find out that you are a mother, you are no longer allowed to be anything else. You are no longer allowed to have your own identity.
So
you are no longer allowed to have your own interests and your own hobbies and your own like mental state. Like you have to be so children-centric. It's all about the kids. It's all about self-sacrifice. It's all about things that we can do to make other people's lives easier and better. And when I got on social media, I was like, F. No, this is me. I am doing this. I am making these videos. I'm roasting these people. I'm dummy shaming these idiots and putting them in their place because their parents aren't around to do it for them. And it's what I would 100% say to my children. And I've said it to my 17-year-old roommate number 2. As soon as I heard him start swearing, playing video games in the basement, I was like, game on?
Yeah.
Game on. Like, I can talk to you like how I would talk to one of my good friends. Like, I can be honest with you. I can be blunt with you. And if you're, like, that's the type of person I am. Like, I'm not what you think of when you think of a mother. I'm not the squishy, lovable, let's have our children climb all over us. So I've said to my children numerous times when they were younger, I'm like, Mommy is at a jungle gym. I can play with you, but not right now. And
I can relate to that. Yeah.
But like family members would hear that or friends would hear that. They're like, oh my God, but you're a mother.
Oh.
You're supposed to let them climb all over you. I'm like, no, my body is mine.
Yeah.
It's like their body is theirs, right? Like we have all these rules for don't talk to little girls in a negative way because that will ruin their self-esteem. Don't tell little girls what they can and can't eat. Don't tell little girls what they can and can't wear. Why are we doing it to ourselves? You're allowed. I mean, granted, respectfully, do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people.
Well, you can't lose your complete identity, and I think the pivot is strong, and so that's why I bring up courage to do it.
I also feel like you say a lot of things when you're talking about dummy shaming. You say a lot of things that a lot of us are thinking, especially when it relates to our roommates or our friends' roommates. Like
I pretty much say what I'm thinking, but
these days it's hard to talk to them. It's like you're afraid to say the wrong thing, and I know. With one of my children, every once in a while, he'd threaten to call CPS because I said something that he found, like I said, look,
you guys don't worry. He could sure try, but he needs to have proof of what is actually going on.
Exactly. Well, exactly. But I told him, you go right and call them. They'll be on my side. But these days, I'm not even sure if they would be on my side because maybe I used the wrong word or whatever. I mean, you have to be careful. But you call that out. You call out some of the things, which is what I appreciate in your humor is, you're not afraid to say things. Now, go ahead.
I mean, but the thing is, like, we're all on social media now.
Yeah.
It's not matter how old you are, right? Like, think of all the TikTok grandmas that are out there and the TikTok grandpas that we love, that we go to see constantly, or like the TikTok dogs, Tucker and whatever that we go to because we don't have a dog like that. Like, these are people that we go to. So social media is for everybody now. It's not just for the Zoomers and the Alphanauts and anybody who's younger than us and all that BS. It's for everybody and anybody. And so my thing is, you don't want to be judged, Zoomers and Alphanauts. So then why are you judging us?
Right.
Millennials and Gen Zers and Boomers. And granted, there's pluses and minuses of every generation, right? Like, I'm not saying one generation is superior than another, but you're saying you want us to make sure that we're being inclusive of everybody and accepting of everybody, whatever size they are, whatever disability they have, whatever. But then they're okay pooping on us because we told them they had to go clean their room. It's like, no, are you kidding? Like, your room is reeking right now. Like, it's infiltrating my nose and I'm in my own bedroom. Like, go clean that.
See, I appreciate this right honest
at this point.
Yeah.
I know that you do, because I heard a conversation this morning you had with a certain roommate that
Well, listen, when we prep for a show, there's a lot of realness going on. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, Monica, close your ears. I know this is not how you would do it or handle it, but I have a lot to say about her tardiness to school, and I need you.
Oh my God, Julie, don't even get me started. Tardiness to school.
Pinky, you have no idea.
I don't do it anymore. I stopped. I was like, why am I getting up an hour early than I have to wake you up because you're being Mr. Lazy Pants and you can't get your ish together? What are you going to do in college next year? Mom's not going to call you. Dad's not going to call you.
Yeah, I'm right here. Like, and that's not the word I used, Mrs. Lazy Pants, this morning. So anyway, but I think that you've been thrust into the limelight, Pinky, and I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I know that can be intimidating or, just stressful. Do you have a hard time trusting new people? Do you have a hard time, like, saying who wants to be your new friend, who wants to be your real friend, or that, like, just the genuine, I mean, it's really hard to have somebody that you can trust, which you can say what you want, it won't be repeated. I mean, where are you with that in your life right now? I mean, this has only been a little less than 4 years, and so much in your world has changed. You're not working in a corporate place anymore. You're doing this and you're traveling. Like, who can you trust?
I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what, but
right.
I've always been very hard on trusting new people just because I've gotten way too burned, way too quickly, way too fast by trusting new people. And so definitely I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for me to get, like, what you see on social media is me pretending that we are in my backyard and we're having ladies' night and it's all a bunch of people that I know. That's me pretending, because otherwise I would never be able to do that, right? Like, but if I met you, like, when I get recognized in the wild, sometimes it scares me.
Yeah, sorry, that was funny. Sorry, like, out in the wild.
Sometimes it scares me because, like, they're so excited to see me, and I'm 100% sure it's because they just saw a video of me while waiting in airport security, so it's fresh in their mind. Like, if they saw the video of me last night, they're probably not going to remember the next day at the airport because there's so much that happened between then and those two time periods. But if they just saw me and now I'm in front of them, they get really, like, enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And sometimes to the point where they get really close to my face, and I'm just like, hey, I like the 2 feet, arms length, like, it's not COVID distance, but it's pinky distance. Please.
Yeah. I get that.
I will talk to you. I will, because I know, like, if it wasn't for my followers, I wouldn't be able to have this life that I do now, right? Like, I actually enjoy doing stand-up comedy. Like, I love going to all these cities and making people laugh. Like, I've traveled so much in the past 2 years, 2-3 years that I've been doing these 2 tours than in my whole entire life. And I moved here from India.
Yeah.
So it's like so much traveling, getting to see so many different people. It is very scary. However, I have a good support system at home.
That's
my friends I call them my BSM, my before social media friends. So BSM.
Yeah. Before social media.
But they're my before social media friends, and they, they ground me when I need it. Yep. When I'm home, they'll be like, hey, are you free? Like, right now, after this, I'm heading to a PTA meeting and then going downtown, and they know that.
I mean, so you're still part of the PTA.
I am. This is my last year, a couple more weeks left.
Yeah.
And I'm done. Because I tried middle school and it didn't, I was like, what is this? This is garbage. And then I tried high school. I was like, what is this? This is garbage.
Aliens have taken over bodies.
Did you find you were making new friends within the PTA? Like, oh, I never gave Pinky the time of day, but now Pinky is, have you found the posers there that are,
No, my seasoned friends that I've made from PTA before all this started, right? They come in, like, if we're out in town and we go to dinner, like, let's say ladies' night out or something, and one of them hears, like, or one of them sees other, like, restaurant goers start, like, doing the meerkat thing, like popping up. You're like, oh no. Yeah, they immediately, they will get into protective mode and they will start like forming a circle around. Like they're so good. I don't have to worry about anything. And even when I travel, my assistant is amazing. Like she's constantly the bad guy. She has to constantly pull me away from meet and greets because people just want to talk. They want to and I definitely appreciate it, but there's only so much time I can give all the people online before the staff want to go home, and so I'm trying to balance all that.
So for your family, like when we started doing Inside the Moms Club, we thought, our kids aren't watching. So we would talk about our kids every once in a while. And then one of their attorneys sent us a cease and desist letter. And so we're like, well, we can't do that anymore. So what do you ever say anything about your kids? I mean, do you keep that separate or just kind of you're their roommate number 2 and 3? And I guess you even have a dog that's one of the roommates. So you.
Yeah. Yeah. Nacho's number 4. The dog is number 4.
Nacho. Yeah.
No, I try to not bring anything regarding the kids into my social media unless it's the only time I really do it is my younger son loves this for us. He thinks it's an us journey. And I'm like, no, it's not. Bobby did this on her own. So thank you. But when he wants to be in videos, I make him like wear sunglasses and a mask.
Yeah.
And I know it's overkill, but you hear too many stories about creepsters online and I don't want to have that associated with him. My older son, if I do post pictures of them, I will put it on my stories, Instagram stories, because it goes away after 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so, I feel a little bit, Dad and I feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. If I do post them, it's really a quick, like, family picture, something with stickers on their face on my Instagram.
So you can't quite tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the protection mode. I really do.
Glad you know how to make the stickers because mine would burn my children's lives and suddenly they would be North Korean, whatever.
No, but when I post and I didn't know that my roommate number 2, he's a senior in high school about to finish, and I didn't know that his friends also follow me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until he had them come over last June or May or something at the end of the school year, and they did a bonfire, and I come home after being out at ladies' night, so definitely had a lot of green juice if you get what I'm saying. And so
some good protein. Yeah,
you like the garden as well, and so
they got to know you really well.
Yeah, so maybe I was like, what? Like I have my hands like make myself big as if I'm attacked by a bear or something. I'm like, oh,
here I am.
Yeah, and one of them like freaks out. One of his friends like literally freaks out. And he is hyperventilating it. I'm like, oh my God, do you need an and then I have to go into mom mode right away. I was like, dude, you like killed my buzz, man. I was coasting. I was coasting so nice. And then you hyperventilated. What is wrong with you?
Like, you made me put my mom hat on and I was having fun and like, going a different direction.
He's like fangirling right now. I was like, are you kidding me? He's a high school boy. Why is he fangirling over me? I have 40-year-old woman fangirling over me. That I can handle. Okay, I can handle.
You're like, I can't handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait till they go to college if that's what he's going to do, because then you got another whole thing of how they want to be friends with you on Instagram. They want to be like, It's
we've got some followers of our
we sure
do.
Oh,
yeah, and they all want to be in the pictures and in videos, and they want to be part of the whole thing. Well, one of the things that I love, though, in all of your videos, you also do some kind of empowering videos. Like, you'll have some fan that'll say, my mother. I saw one the other day. My mother hated this dress and thought I looked hideous, and you let the mother have it.
Yeah.
But
Ross, somebody that can support her.
Yeah, to bring her up, so to help her. So help.
But what do you do if it really is a hideous dress? I mean, I have girls, so sometimes they pick out dresses, and I was like, oh heck no, that's not happening.
Julie, no,
don't.
I mean,
no,
Julie.
Oh,
if it makes them feel good, Julie. Listen, okay. Listen, don't make me dummy shame you.
Don't make me dummy shame you.
Live right now, okay?
Yeah.
If it makes them feel good and it's clean and there's no holes on it, or doesn't look like it's been eaten by bugs, you let them wear it because it will rock their confidence so hot. Do you know how many Hawaiian shirts roommate number 2 has worn to school? And I'm like, what? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, but you don't have your roommate be like shorter, tighter. Yeah.
Hiker shorts, compromise. You have to make her compromise.
You're so right.
There you go. See?
All right. I deserve that.
Glad you didn't have to be dummy shamed here on your own show.
No, I wouldn't do that. So I get what you're saying. It's really hard as a parent, as a mom, because I mean, I have all boys, so
Right.
it's a little different. However, they still have confidence issues. Like we don't think of that when we think of, we're always like, oh, my daughter has confidence issues. But no, boys also have to be taught the same things as girls need to be taught. It's not a gender thing. They need to be taught confidence. They need to be taught
Self-esteem.
how to be leaders, right? We just need to encourage them and motivate them. And as long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting other people, and you know, as well as my eyeballs, let's compromise.
Right. I mean, I think that's really, really good advice for all of us moms, because sometimes we really need to hear it from other people. Like, how do we build our kid up? How do we give them confidence? And, you know, that's what I was talking about, was like, where did you get the confidence? And so your message is super strong. But I mean, before we go to Zoomer moms, I want some of our audience to get to know you a little bit. So I have a couple questions for you.
Let's go.
You ready? You ready?
No. Yeah.
Queso or goat cheese?
Wait, what was it?
Queso. Now, keep in mind, I'm from Texas. Queso or goat cheese?
Queso, all the way.
Awesome. Podcasting or a Netflix series?
Who's doing all the work?
I don't know. This is rapid fire, Pinky. Come on.
No. Because I have a podcast as well with my friend, and we talk about a lot of Indian-centric, South Asian,
and so do we. So
yeah, so that's a hit.
But like I do all the editing, so if I get to be on a Netflix series and I just get to like show up, say my lines, and peace out. Then that.
Okay.
However, I like the talking aspect of podcasts.
Okay. Now listen, I think you just put out your next adventure out online. Netflix series. And then my last one, kindergarten teacher or college professor. Go.
Kindergarten teacher.
Woo!
all right.
You do know they need help with the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
She's
making
all
sure.
over it. Hey,
Oh, what would I be?
Yeah.
What would I support?
No. It wasn't support. What would you rather be, a kindergarten teacher or college professor?
College professor.
See, I thought you might take that back. Yeah.
yeah.
Teacher appreciation. So I thought you were like,
Oh yeah, you're
a kindergarten teacher.
in PTA mode. No, we're in Pinky mode. Like, what do you want to be? What would you rather be?
There you go, Pig. Yeah, or high school health teacher. Can you imagine?
Oh no.
Oh wow, no, I would never take that job.
I would get fired.
Oh, totally.
We have some moms here who want to ask you some questions themselves. So let's welcome our Zoomer moms. Welcome to Inside the Moms Club.
Oh, I thought we did.
Okay, ladies, we're here with Pinky today, and I'm just going to go around and introduce each one of you, and you can ask Pinky a question. I'll start with Linda. Welcome to the Moms Club. Do you have a question for Pinky?
Hi, what a great show. And it was really great to learn more about you. And I see you're on tour and I can't wait to see you. But tell me more about what it's like to be out on tour as a mom with roommates at home. What is it like to be out on tour?
Good question.
There's a lot of prep work that happens on the days that I'm home. So the first year I was probably home. I would be gone 6 weekends in a row. And then I would be home for maybe 1 or 2 weekends and then out again. But the thing is, I didn't stay continuously traveling. I would leave the day before a show and then come back the day after a show. So I would always come home. Sometimes I'm home for 24 hours. Sometimes I'm home for 3 days. And so it was always kind of a juggling of what's most important right now. What does dad need help with so that he doesn't have to go and do something like groceries or laundry or little things like that, right? Because we can think like that. Like as moms, as the ones that have always had to take care of making sure the fridge and pantry is full, making sure there's clean clothes so that no one's screaming that they don't have their favorite t-shirt for Wacky Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
So dad can't handle that. Like dad he's not really good under like rapid fire pressure like that. He's more of an internet processor on like a Safari, things like that. And so I had to make sure that I had a lot of food prep, which I started posting when I'm doing food prep so people can see what my daily life looks like. I don't know if anybody's interested, but they told me to do it. And so I started doing it. But it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of making sure the Google Calendar is updated and color-coded correctly based on the calendar on the fridge.
Oh, boy.
So that no one is miscommunicating with anybody else. A lot of organization. Do we do it well? Absolutely not. because there have been numerous times where I've forgotten to have a backup bag of chicken tendies in the basement freezer. But it is what it is. Like, there's only so much I can do because I'm only human, right? And so
Yeah.
we do the best we can.
I'm impressed with everything you just
Very
said.
impressed. Yeah, that's like, you're a mom. It's like, I get it. Today I woke up and I had a lot of crises to handle from home. So
Yeah.
Janine, tell us a little bit about yourself, and do you have a question for Pinky?
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. I am Janine, and I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm the mother of a 33-year-old daughter. And I have a question from maybe your mother's perspective when you were growing up. I'm interested in knowing what life was like having someone with your personality in the home, and dovetail that in with what it was like for your family and for you as a student, as a young person. What was it like being the one with the humor in the classroom? How was that?
It's funny that you asked that, because when I do these like interviews and podcasts, that's one of the questions is, have you always been like this? And I've only been like this, like how I am on social media and how I am in my comedy tour, with really close friends. So like, you had to really, like, I had to get to know you for a long time and make sure that you can handle my dark humor, and I would throw things out once in a while just to see how it was received. And so growing up, being South Indian, South Asian, it was very difficult because I could only let it out with my close friends.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really let it out with my mom or even people in the community, unless they were my close friends, unless the two crossed over. And just because of the fact that I'm sarcastic, I like to swear, I like to talk about dark humor, like, I'm all about like vampires and werewolves, things like that, like things that you don't think a good Indian girl should be into. And it's like, that's just, you put me in front of the TV and that's what I consumed, and that's what happens. Here we are. Like, you can't let me watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer and think that's not going to affect me somehow,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so this has been like, a lot of men, when they go through midlife crisis, they like, because they like, their whole style changes, and they think they're becoming like 20-year-old men or something.
Yeah, they're slicking their hair back. Yeah.
Calm down, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is my second coming, if you will. Like, I'm now able to be myself with everybody, regardless of who you are. Like, I had to tamper it down for my Indian community. I had to tamper it down for, school. I had to tamper it down for college. I had to tamper it down for my husband's family that I moved in with. Like the other aspect of being Indian. I had to tamper it down for corporate, because you can't have a sense of humor if you're in corporate. Otherwise, you're not taken seriously. It's like, no, actually, people trust us more because we're more approachable than the manager,
True.
And so this is me being able to just be myself now. And is it sad that I had to hit 40 to be able to be myself? Yeah, but better late than never, because I don't think I'm dying at 80. So I still got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm. But that leads me, I know we're in the middle of asking Zoomer Mom questions, but people are going to want to know, like, where do your parents stand today? What do they think? You know what I mean? Because like, culturally, like, you're not a lawyer, you're not a doctor, you're not an engineer. So like, where do we think, what are they saying now?
I've
like,
even seen you impersonate them on your
well, my dad is no longer with us, but my mom, that was one of the things that I was worried about when I started this, because I didn't want my videos to get on her radar, because she wouldn't understand it. English is a second language. But the thing is, all the Indian aunties in town would tell her about my videos and be like, oh my God, Pinko's video is so funny, you have to see it. And she didn't have social media, so she would, then when she came to visit me, which she comes to visit once a year and I go there to visit once a year, she's like asking me to download Facebook and Instagram and tech. I was like, no, ma'am, no, thank you. You are the last person that should be on social media right now. Okay. So, but she's like, but I really want to see your videos. So I logged her into TikTok. I'm the only person that she follows. Like, I check it. Like, if her being on TikTok is as if my 11-year-old roommate number 3 would have been on TikTok. Like, parental controls and everything. But like, that was a big mistake, because then she thought that she had a vested interest in this. And so she tells me all this. She's like, Pinku, that crown was not good for your head. That crown is too small.
And you're like, this is exactly why I didn't want you to get on and follow me, right?
Yeah.
And then when she saw, like, she wanted to see my show, obviously, the comedy, the first tour, I was like, Mom, I talk about sex. I talk about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so done with having subjects that are taboo. Like, why are they taboo? Because they make you uncomfortable? Well, get over it. Unclench your booty hole and let's move on. Okay. Like, it's not a big deal. We have to talk about it, because if we don't talk about these subjects, then we're never going to feel comfortable, figuring out, can it be better? Can it not? Like, and we all want to have a good experience in life, whatever it is, right? And so she was like, Bingo, it's okay. It does not matter if I don't understand. If everybody else is laughing, then I will laugh. I was like, that's a great fake laugh, Mom.
All right. So she's seen your show, is what you're saying.
She has seen both of the shows.
Excellent. Excellent.
That
All right.
works out well. Lisa, welcome to the Moms Club. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and you have a question for Pinky.
Hi. Yes, my name is Lisa, and I live in Dallas, Texas. Pinky, I think you're hilarious. Super, super funny. So I'm really curious about, historically, how did you get started? Did you know you were funny? You talked about kind of holding back a little bit. And how did you parlay this? Is it the fact that one of your videos went viral? And where are you going? I would like to see you on a sitcom.
Okay, you asked 3 questions, so I'm trying. The first one, I'm sorry, you're going to have to say the first part again. Which one? What was the first question again?
So how did you parlay into where you are now? How did you get started? I heard you talk about your first video that went viral. How did that happen? Where did it go?
Well, it was kind of, like I said, it was me just letting out my frustrations with the camera turned on. And then I had stitched this one guy who was like, why do women run to the restroom after doing? And I was mad. I was mad. And he was in the right place at the wrong time. Like, we're so mad about that question. I was like, are you? And I had to, I just tamper my anger down. I was like, are you effing kidding me that you're asking this? And I knew why he was doing it. He was doing it for the views. So I was like, I'll give you the views. And I said what our truth is, right? Like, what we have to go through. And it's not like other things that you see online. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put it on the cob. Let's just, it's not like, you get what I'm saying, Lisa?
Lisa got it.
Yes. So it's not. And the thing is, but that's where all these boys learned everything, right? They learned from each other, and they learned from that. And then it's like, no, you're dealing with a real life human being here, not an actress, not somebody who was paid to do this. And so I let him have it. I dummy shamed the F out of him. And then that went crazy because so many women were like, yes, girl, yes, yeah. Like, they were so excited because like Monica, I speak the truth that everybody's thinking, but they're too scared to say it. And I'm like, what have I got to lose? I'm doing it to social media. I have never seen these people.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was following and who wasn't, because in hindsight, which is 2020, I was smart enough not to start social media with my legal name. I started it with my nickname that everybody has called me my whole entire life. And so I was kind of flying under the radar. I could say the things I wanted to. I never talked about work, so they can't yell at me. I never wore work merch, so they can't fire me. Mm-hmm. Right? I was dotting my I's, crossing my T's, and I was just
letting loose. Yeah.
Yeah. In my cave where no audience is. And then somebody reached out and they were like, oh, I think this translates well to stand-up comedy. And I was like,
what? Hold on.
Yeah. Like, in front of people? No, I get nervous diarrhea. I can't do that, okay? And then they were like, no, I think you'd be good. So I was like, okay, like, how many minutes are we talking? 5-10 minutes? Like, I can ramble for 5-10 minutes. And if you laugh, you laugh. If you don't, whatever. I have nothing to lose. I didn't see her face. And then she's like, no, I think you can headline, tour. You can tour. You could do a tour. And I was like, who's going to buy tickets?
That's it.
Tickets is crazy town. And so, well, they kind of now.
And there you go.
More of an incentive to be myself. And so I don't have to, I might be quiet if I can't be myself, but I'm not going to be somebody else anymore.
And love that. Yeah, and look at you now. Leslie, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and do you have a quick question for Pinky?
Oh, yeah. Leslie Harrell. I'm in Austin, Texas, and I have 2 kids. I have a senior at University of Texas graduating and a freshman in college. I think my question would be primarily like in the comedic world. I saw something from Jerry Seinfeld the other day about just how he's like, it's hard to be funny anymore because there's so many boundaries to what you can say. And you claim that, you can just kind of say what you want, do what you want. But, do you feel that pressure of kind of like there's so much stuff that's still kind of on, that's so sort of stuff you can't say? Or do you really feel like truly that you really have full license to say kind of whatever you feel? And how much backlash do you get, if any?
I mean, I feel like for me, I'm always talking about my own experiences and my own world. Like, I'm not latching on to other people's experiences. And so I feel like as long as you're talking about your own stuff, it's okay. You could say what you want to. You can have your own opinions and your own outlook on your own life. The reason he says that is because old school stand-up comedians are used to like saying the R word. They're used to like all of these things or making fun of gay people. Like, they're used to doing these things. They're used to roast humor on stage and calling it stand-up comedy. Like, they're used to being mean and saying mean things. And it's like, you don't have to always be mean. Like, you can be funny in an ironic way, but you don't always have to be mean. Like, and a lot of the times that's low-hanging fruit, right? Like, seeing somebody who has a facial disability or whatever because of an accident, stitching them and be like, yo, oh my God, it's throwing up. Like, that's cheap humor. That's low-hanging fruit. Like, nobody should be laughing at that. And you should be dummy shamed for that. Like, you are making somebody else feel bad. Like, you can, I mean, if it's the case where things are off limit, then I wouldn't be almost going into my 3rd tour, right? Like, I wouldn't be writing a 3rd hour of comedy. Like, 15 minutes is me and my hysterectomy. And if you're going to tell me I can't talk about my own defective, like, uterus, then you got another thing coming. Okay, like, it's my uterus,
I will say what I want about my uterus.
About it. Yeah. Like, as long as you stick to things that you have experience in, like, don't talk about things you have no experience in, which is another thing that hates me. I hate that about social media. These people who are putting input in and giving their opinion on things and they have no experience. It's like, ma'am, are you a mother?
Yeah.
Do you have children? No, then you don't get to have an opinion on how I raise my child, because I can guarantee you, as soon as you have children, your tune is going to change. And you're going to see what it's really like, right? Same thing. Like, I can be an ally to the LGBT plus community, but I can't pick up their fight for them because I don't know what it's like to be discriminated like them. Just like they don't know what it's like to be discriminated for being South Asian. Like, I grew up in the 80s here in America when we had to stay quiet and be in the background, and we're done being in the background. So like, I wrote that helped Leslie. And for Lisa, I forgot. Series, I'd love to be in a series. I just can't memorize lines, so they would have to be okay with me ad-libbing things. As long as they're okay with that, I'll go anywhere. I would love to be in movies, be in series.
Yeah, like that. She asked that question, like, what do you want to do next? We want to know.
I want to do it all.
You want to do it all.
The sky's the limit.
Yeah, right now we're focusing on just the tour. Obviously, you usually need to like have 3 good hours under your belt to make one good like hour to sell to a streaming service or something, right? And so right now that's been the focus. And I'm not one of those people that believes in like hustle culture where you have to constantly go, because it's like, do you even remember what you did?
Yeah.
You remember going and you remember being tired and you remember eating like crap, but did you actually enjoy the journey?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's like an overscheduling mom. Like, you have to do it all. Like, that is exhausting in itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
and usually with the mom, you're taking pictures the whole time. You're not even experiencing it. So
I mean, I feel like there's a couple things about you that I think that I can relate to, like propelling you forward. I mean, do you feel like you have really good RBF? And do you and does that help you?
No kiosk person will approach me at all, which is the ultimate RBF test.
Right.
To walk in the mall and see if any mall kiosk person approaches you. Like, I can go by the Chi hair straightener with my hair down.
That's right.
And they still won't come up to me. They're like, no, you're fine.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Right.
Well, Pinky, this has been so much fun. I can't even tell you. We could go on all
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Besides looking out for your tour, where can they find you on social media? Which, you need another 1 million followers.
Yeah,
so
you need
share,
another 1 million.
Share with the moms where they can follow.
I want them all. There's 8 billion people on this planet.
Exactly. So where can the other 3 million find you?
You're more than halfway there. Let's go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, Pinky Patel official everywhere. We kept it easy.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. And
Thanks for having me. It was great.
Yeah,
I was talking to the ladies.
a lot of fun.
Love that.
Well, and moms out there, and Pinky, you should hear this too. We love New Calm, and it's in the podcast world. It's spelled NUCALM. It is an amazing product. I use it to sleep. Julie knows.
Yes.
We have to share a room when we're on the road, and without it, it would be pretty brutal. There would only be one of us because the other one would be incarcerated, I'm sure.
Not saying which one that is.
Here's the great news. If you subscribe right now and you put Moms Club when you check out in the code, you get 15% off your subscription every month, not just the first month you subscribe, but every month thereafter. Trust me, you want to subscribe to New Calm, it will save lives. Trust me.
It'll make you present. It'll make you calm.
It will. It's
amazing. What's to lose?
You absolutely want to do that. So remember, Moms Club at checkout. Well, you can find us on social media at Inside the Moms Club. We're on everything. Facebook.
We are? Yeah, we are.
Instagram. We have our website, InsideTheMomsClub.com. We have a YouTube channel. And we have this amazing podcast. Now, we want to share one last thing, and that is what is our motto? Our motto here at the Moms Club is, ladies, if you don't laugh sometimes, you are going to cry. So keep laughing, moms. Stay positive, and we'll see you next time inside the Moms Club.